Holiday season's coming up. Are you getting excited? Dinner parties, family gatherings, relatives. Sounds like fun, right? what, what if you have a crazy relative in your family? What if you have one of these relatives that, oh, just go on and drive you crazy? How do you do that? How do you deal with that? On tonight's Hangout with Penny show, my special guest, Michael Losier, he's with me tonight. This is a surprise for everybody tonight. It's going to be a fun show, and he'll come out in a moment. And so on tonight's show, we're going to help you out with the holidays this season. We're going to give you 9 tips and strategies on how you can make this one of your best holiday seasons ever. Get along with everybody and just have a fun time. So, hi everybody. You're watching the Hangout with Penny show. Episode, what episode am I? 17. Already, episode 17.
Congratulations.
So I know. Thanks, Michael. So every Friday night, 8 p.m., it's the Hangout with Penny show. Thank you for making it a weekly habit. I really appreciate that. And, you know, for all those of you that have been watching me week after week after week, you know that every episode I like to have a new bottle of wine to go with the format of the show. So today, the wine for you, the wine of the week, is the formula, because that's what we're going to give you today. We're going to give you a formula that you can follow to help ease your way through the holidays.
I like that.
Yeah. So let's have a cheers to a beautiful, easy, fun holiday season, because that's the way it should be. So cheers to everybody. Oh, that's so nice. I like the formula. So, Michael, come on out and say hi to everybody, because this is a nice surprise that you're here with me this evening.
Oh, good. Well, it's going to be a fun show for sure. You know, I don't need your 7 tips. You know why? Because I tell everybody I'm going away for Christmas and stay home.
Oh. But now we know your secret.
Yeah, I'm going away for the holidays, and I just stay home. And I buy all my favorite foods. But you know what I'm doing this year? I'm having a hummus Christmas.
Oh.
I'm going to make fresh hummus over the holidays, like 5 or 6 different batches. And I'm going to buy pine nuts and beautiful olive oil. So I'm having a hummus Christmas, but I'll be doing that in Miami.
Yeah, not at home.
I'll be doing that in Maui. I'm so staying home.
Oh my goodness. I like how you have your own tradition. We don't always have to get together with people, and because sometimes feeling good is doing our own thing.
Yeah. Yeah,
so we have 7, or did I say 7? We have 9. We have 9 tips.
Oh, great. We have 9.
Yeah, 9's a good number. So for those of you that this may be the first time you're tuning into the Hangout with Penny show, my name is Penny Peddie, and I'm from Wasaga Beach, Ontario, Canada, and I am a Law of Attraction trainer, coach, and mentor. I'm certified, actually, from Michael Losier, and I've taken many. He's been my inspiration. He's been the reason why I'm here, because his teaching and how he trains us as facilitators, it just makes it so. But there was a strategy behind that, and so thank you, Michael, for your brilliance, because of you, I'm here. And so the purpose of the Hangout with Penny show is it's to inspire and uplift and empower you to live your best life. And it's my intention to be able to help you in any way I can, and that's by bringing on inspirational people. It's by bringing on experts, and of course Michael Losier is the how-to guy with the Law of Attraction, so if there's any kind of question about the Law of Attraction, he's the how-to guy to help you out on that. I mean, he's trained me very well, so I'm the how-to gal. What a team we got going on tonight. So before we get going, I just want to let you know that I do have a Hangout, not a Hangout, but a Google community, and it's a G+ community, and here it is right here. So you can go to google.com/plus Penny Peddie, And you can request to join my community there. And I have 7 tips to greater abundance waiting for you. These are great tips. I'm all about tips today. Yeah, they'll help you attract greater abundance into your life. So join up my community, and we'll see you there. So let's get started. 9 tips to help us get through the holidays with ease, to help us deal with some of those crazy relatives we might have to deal with over the holiday season. So I'm going to start with tip number 1. Find reasons to be grateful. There's always something to be grateful for. Always, always, always. So rather than putting your focus on that relative that maybe not your most famous or your favorite one of the gathering, but focus on something to be grateful for at that moment. Michael, what do you think about that tip?
Well, you can focus on your favorite TV show. Just don't place attention to what drives you crazy, period. If Aunt Betty and Uncle Bob drive you crazy, then go watch TV. Your only job is to mind your vibration over the Christmas holidays. It's your only job to do that. And when you have a high vibration, everybody around you will. You're always at choice. Am I going to lower my dial to match theirs? No.
I love that. I love that. And that's a good segue into my tip number 2, which is remember, it's not about you anyway. So don't take things personally. And because you can't control your relatives, but you can control how you react. You can control your reaction. So just like Michael said, hey, Michael, mind your own vibration. Yeah. You've had to tell me that a time or 2.
And you're always at choice what you want to do with information. You can get ticked off and go to IHateMyLife.com and tell 10 friends and have a glass of wine with Betty in the corner and tell her how your life sucks. You can do that. We're not judging you. There is a consequence. There is a consequence to lower your vibration. In the law of attraction world, you just create more of it. And before you know it, at the end of the night, it's a complete disaster. You're hanging off a chandelier, and you have to call a cab to get home. And you're thinking, how did this happen? Well, because you lowered your vibration. So that's the theme tonight, you know. And it's none of our business what other people think about us. I know that sounds harsh, but it's none of my business. You have to have your own experience. I care that people like being around me, but if you don't like the color of my hair, it's none of my business.
Oh, Michael, you just brought up something for me, because I would come home every year for Christmas, and I would get that. Your hair is too light, your hair is too dark, your hair is too long, your hair is too short. You gained weight. There's so many things that I would hear from relatives. I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't want to eat. But yeah, so. But it's not my business what they thought. What
for a while, I got that. You're not married. You're not married. Like, no, I'm not coming home.
And did they ever take the time to ask you, "Are you happy?" Yes, I'm very happy, thank you.
Well, we were always food. It was always food related at my house, so we were pretty happy.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, food makes me happy too. Okay, so let's go to tip number 2. Tip number 3. Is you already know what you don't want, so it's time to maybe ask yourself a different question. Ask yourself, so what do I want?
Well, you know what I like about that, Penny, and I don't know if it's a tip coming up or not, but you know, in our training, you and I, we teach people to precede something. In other words, you plant the seed. You decide the way. If you're on the plane on the way to the relatives and you're telling the person beside you a story about how disastrous Christmas is going to be, you just planted that seed vibrationally. You're a vibrational seed planter. You set the energy in motion on the airplane, and law of attraction is unfolding and orchestrating ahead of your visit to make it a disaster so you can say this: I told you it was going to be a disaster.
That is so true.
Exactly what I didn't want to have happen. So, your point being, talk about the way you want it to be. So, what do you want?
What do you
have to keep resetting and resetting and resetting your thoughts.
Yeah. So, do you want the holidays to be fun? Then state that. I want the holidays to be fun. Do you want the holidays for everybody just to get along and have peace? Then say those words. Just that's what you want. That's what you want to say. Because Michael, the definition of the law of attraction is, I've heard a lot of definitions, but the one that you have is by far the easiest to understand, and that is I attract to my life whatever I give my attention, energy, and focus to, whether positive or negative. Because Michael, I get to ask you now, What's the job description of the law of attraction? Is
No,
to...
it's to match vibrations.
I know. So whether they're positive vibrations or whether they're negative vibrations,
Yeah.
what's the job description? What's the law of attraction going to do with that?
Yeah, law of attraction is not a decider. It's not deciding whether, oh, I don't know if I should match this one or not. It's just, it's not very smart. Don't beat me up, everybody. But law of attraction is not very smart, but it's very obedient. And it's matching right now. It doesn't have a brain. It doesn't have a conscience. It doesn't make decisions. It doesn't decide. It doesn't react. It responds by matching vibration, period.
Yes.
So when you're complaining on the way to the dinner, you just planted those seeds, and it would be against the law for law of attraction not to unfold and orchestrate it. So when you catch yourself saying, this is exactly what I said I didn't want, you can thank yourself for being such an awesome manifester.
Oh, for sure.
That disaster is there because of you.
So own it.
you can hold your bottle of wine high in the air and say, this mess is because of me. I planted this seed 8 hours ago on the airplane, and now it's in my face.
Oh, that is so true. That is so true. It's like you should carry that around on an index card or something and just remind yourself, like, oh yeah, wait a minute, what am I saying right now? What am I thinking right now? Because whatever I am putting out right now, it's gonna come. It's gonna show up.
Yeah.
It's gonna match.
And I really want people to get it when they say, this is exactly what I said I didn't want. Right? And they said, I've been saying all week I didn't want this. And now they understand why they got it, because what? The law of attraction is obedient, and it gave you what you gave your attention, energy, focus to. So plant the seed 2 days before, or start planting it now, of the way you want it to be, not the way it was. And don't bring up last Christmas or Thanksgiving dinner. It just causes you to be in that negative vibe again.
Yeah.
Succeed with the seed.
Yeah, I love that. So I'm going to go on to tip number 4, and that is keep alcohol to a minimum, because some things can escalate when add alcohol. So just keep the alcohol to a minimum.
Yeah. Well, there's another way in addition to that, have a glass of water between every glass of wine. Like and I like to drink soda water because I'm not really a drinker much, but I do like wine. So I like to drink soda water. It feels like I'm having a cocktail, and or a pop or something. So that's my kind of go-to. And I can have it in a wine glass, and then with a little thing of lime or something, and people won't know.
Oh yeah.
Everybody wants you to drink.
Yes. And so even club soda, you can add it right to the wine. I do that too. Yeah, and it's great. So you're just keeping control.
And I know it sounds funny, but go to the dinner parties and they're always using those big fishbowl wine glasses. Well, you know what? So use a different wine glass, because just have smaller portions.
Yeah. Or follow etiquette and don't fill the glass. Just look at me.
All my friends that put the wine to the top of the glass, look at me. It's not Kool-Aid. I don't get a full glass. It's wine.
That's right. Okay, so let's go on now to tip number 5, and is this holiday season, ease up on the perfection already. Oh, we want it to be fun and uplifting and joyous. We get so caught up on the details that everything has to be just perfect, that when Uncle Bob's acting like a jerk, or when Aunt Sally's telling you you're fat, all these things can just escalate because you're already stressed because you're trying to be perfect. Just let that go.
Yes, and I think this would be a great time, Penny, to teach people. In my show, Hangout with Michael, we talked about reframing. So when you can really hone your reframing skills, you can take a lot of crap, because you know how to reframe it. So learn how to do that. Someone says, because my mom was a beautiful cook, but she always found something that she didn't like about it. Oh, said, I love the turkey. Oh, but look at the tips are burnt. And I would reframe it and say, that's my favorite part. Wait till you see how many people are going to want the burnt tips on that turkey. So instead of buying into it and letting them complain about, oh, the potatoes are too soft. Oh, I bet you half the people love them soft there anyway. Like if you just keep reframing it, after a while they just give up. Hopefully.
And you'll say, "Oh, I want to get there first because there's not going to be any left.
Yes.
I want to get my share because everyone's going to want this."
Yes. Penny, I had such a funny story. Remember, we were on the Law of Attraction cruise,
Yeah,
and there was somebody on the cruise that drove us crazy.
I
Was
know.
crazy. So this person sat with us at the dinner table, and this person started, and of course, you and me, with about maybe 10 other people at the dinner table, our dial was on high. So this guy started to talk about something negative, and do you remember what I did?
Who's got the pumpkins?
Yeah, it was turnip or something. Who's got the pumpkin or squash? Where's it at? Oh, has anybody tried? Oh yeah, we had gone to the buffet, so that was the code all weekend. Who's got? Oh, who tried the pumpkin? It's delicious. So every time you start to be negative, I would say, oh, who tried the pumpkin? So.
And some people didn't know, right? And they'd be like, "What pumpkin?"
and now the whole conversation got steered toward the pumpkin. So steer the conversation. Steer the conversation.
Steer the conversation.
Talk about the way you want it to be, and so on.
So I'm just going to say here, Michelle Ponsart, she says, "Cheers to Penny and Michael." And Tana Marshall, she's on here, and she says, "Bring it, Penny. Cheers to you and Michael. My husband and I just broke away from our family to make our own holiday tradition last year.
Wow.
And yes, going forward, so happy." Yes, good. Okay, so let's go on to tip number 6.
I just want to talk quickly about one of my holiday traditions. Is that because I live on Vancouver Island where it doesn't snow, and I'm a hiker, so I always go hiking in an old-grown forest on Christmas Day, even if it's wet. And you know why I do that? Because I can. Because when I grew up on the east coast of Canada in New Brunswick, we had, honestly, and I'm not exaggerating, 8 and 7 foot snow drifts when I was growing up. So I loved to wear hiking shorts on Christmas Day and go in the woods.
See, and that's a beautiful tradition for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to tip number 6. Did I say this one for already? No. Take time for you because you are a priority, right? Yeah. So it's imperative that you do self-care for yourself. Like I said earlier, we can get so caught up on the details and having everything perfect that we need that time to go inward, to regroup, to focus, and to breathe, and just let it be. Mind our own vibration.
Yeah, and so here's what I learned about, when I would go back to visit my family, is that they don't have my music there. Okay? My mother doesn't have my music. So I had to remember to bring my music, and so I can listen to, just kind of maintain my own habit. Yeah. I remember Tammy Wynette and Charlie Pride and all, yes, and maritime fiddle music. So note to self, bring your own music.
Bring your own.
Yeah, or whatever your personal. If you're a reader when you're home, bring your book if you're going to be there for a couple of days.
Yeah. So for those of you just joining us, you're watching the Hangout with Penny show. I'm your host, Penny, and I have a co-host today. My very special dear mentor, friend, trainer is Michael Losier, and he's from the Hangout with Michael show. So, and we're talking about 9 tips that you can implement this year to make this holiday season smooth and fun. Okay, so let's go on to tip number 7, Michael. Here's a good one. It's okay to say no.
Yeah, it's okay to say no.
It's okay to say no.
I mean, that's a whole seminar, honestly. For people to get that, it's okay to say no. You know what? For me, when I'm working with people that are just starting their spiritual path or their personal growth, I always teach them some of my very first early rules, and here's what they are. Say yes when you mean yes, and say no when you mean no. That's all that I ask. Just say, instead of saying, yeah, I'll give you a call. Don't say that if you're not going to give me a call. Just be really honest. And honestly, it's a hard pill for people to swallow, to be able to say no. Now, there's ways, you and I, there's ways to say no, because someone might say, oh, Penny, I will get Christmas invitations for sure to go have Christmas dinner, and I don't really celebrate any religious holidays, so I always say, oh, come here for dinner. I say, you know what? I prefer to stay home and have it in my own place, or you know what, I prefer to go away on Christmas Day, or I prefer like on New Year's Eve. I don't even like New Year's Eve. I don't like New Year's Eve. And people always want me to do stuff, and I say, you know what? I prefer to order Chinese and have Chinese food. And so when you tell people what you prefer, it's another way to say no. Instead of saying, no, I don't want to come, and then say yes, right? And now they're saying yes when they mean no. So jump right back to the root of the question. Say yes when you mean yes, say no when you mean no.
I have a whole ritual for New Year's. New Year's Eve, oh my gosh. Yeah, I love it because I have a whole ritual of what I do. And this year it's starting a new one because, Michael, you're having your hangout, you're having your New Year's Day call. Oh, yes. 7 tips. You're doing the 7 tips, right?
Yeah, I'm doing 7 tips on how to read it.
Read it when you see it. Oh, I got to pin you here first of all. Okay, so New Year's. Oh, where'd you go? Watch us live. Hang out with Michael. 7 Law of Attraction Daily Habits for 2015.
Yay!
Yay!
You can go to Hangout with Michael, and you can register to receive notification of my weekly show. And I've done this one probably for 9 years in a row, and it honestly it just goes viral. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and thousands of people get to watch it. People share it with everybody. I've always done it via teleclasses. Even last year, I didn't do one on Hangouts. I wasn't ready. This year, New Year's Day, 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 noon, I have a panel of 7 people. They're going to help me deliver 7 tips, and you are honored to have Penny come join me with one of the 7 tips. So mark your calendar, and my hunch is you'd like to join me and Penny and others on New Year's Day when we're covering 7 daily habits for you to apply in your life to apply Law of Attraction every day in 2015.
Yes, it's going to be so much fun. Okay, so here, let's get on to tip number 8, which we've already touched on, and that is change your expectations. So more or less, it's like, so what do you want? If you don't want Uncle George to be acting like that, what do you want from him, right? He's going to be nice this year. He's going to be kind, or he's going to treat, he's just going to be not there, maybe.
Yeah.
But, yeah, change your expectations. So if you're always expecting that this year is going to be the same as last year, which is like drama, and you know what? Change it. What do you want? You want peace and calm and happy and joyous holiday season. So change your expectations.
Good point.
Yes. And tip number 9, always have an exit strategy then. So you may have a code word, just like Michael, we were talking. Code word was pumpkin, or whatever it was, to change. So if it's, if you're at your limit and it's time to go, then have that strategy, have that code word for your partner, who's ever with you, said, okay, yeah, it's sunny in Jamaica or whatever, and we're on our way out.
Yes. I know when I don't go to house parties very much, but when I did, I'm always notorious for going to the host, doing a nice, quiet goodbye, and just slipping away. I don't like a big fanfare. I don't like that it takes time. I don't like all the huggy kisses and call me and let's connect. No, I'm just when I'm done, I'm done. I just want to go. And then sometimes my friends say, and whatever you do, don't do a Law of Attraction seminar in my kitchen. And you know what I tell them? Well, don't brag to your friends that I sold 1.9 million books, or it wouldn't bring up the question, what's Law of Attraction? And then when one person comes to the kitchen with a glass of wine and I'm talking about my favorite subject, she calls her girlfriend over. Now there's 2, and they're calling their boy. And now I got 21 people in your kitchen giving a Law of Attraction seminar. Don't invite me then! You are too.
Well, we just shared with you 9 tips on how you can get through this holiday season with ease, and actually the formula. Yes. So, yes. Michael, before I come back for your final words on tonight's show, just going to remind everybody that this is the Hangout with Penny show. You see my website at the bottom. Go ahead, go on over there, and there's a place where you can enter your email address where you'll get a link every week to the show live, and also a recording afterwards. So a couple of things I'd like to mention for you, talking about the new year and how we can make our next new year the best. Well, I'm starting a couple of programs coming up in 2015. One's my mastermind program, and I'm also doing a Light by Design. how to intentionally create your best life. And so you can look forward to that coming up in the new year. It's going to be fun, and I'm excited to be offering that. And so, yay, Michael!
Good stuff. Well, very good.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. And just another reminder, go on over to my Google community, sign up there, and yeah, you'll be the first to know when those programs are available too. So yeah, that's a nice little bonus for you to be there. And every Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, is the Hangout with Penny show, and we're here to inspire and just uplift you and to help you live your best life with ease and fun. So, Michael, what do we have for us, for the viewers, to end this evening with?
Well, I think we touched on it earlier, but I want people to understand that their thoughts and their words and the stories that they remember, the stories that they tell, the things that they're observing, all cause them to send the vibration of what they're giving attention to. So the only way to get a different result this holiday season is to send a different vibration. And the best way to send a different vibration is to change your thoughts. And the best way to change your thought is when you catch yourself thinking about the mashed potato fight last year and Betty's over drink. When you remember those stories, you have to change the channel. And you have to change the channel, which changes what you give attention to. You can make a difference by setting up the vibration before you get there.
I love it, because that is so true. You can make the difference. It starts with you. And for my final words, it's remember, you're important. So remember to take time for you. And it's okay to start your own tradition. It's okay to change the way things were. You can start something of your very own, and that is okay. We get so caught up in the guilt that we have to do this and we have to do that. What do you want? Ask yourself that. So what do I want this holiday season?
Yeah, you might want to stay home with your family this year. When does that happen? And then you start a different tradition. So
yes,
well, good stuff.
Yes.
Well, that was fun, Penny. I think we're going to help a lot of people out this holiday season.
Well, thank you very much, Michael, for coming and sharing this with me. So everybody, you've been watching the Hangout with Penny show, and thank you very much for joining us, and thank you for making me a habit Friday nights with you. So. Goodbye, everybody. Michael, thank you again very much for being with me this evening. I really appreciate it. So, good night, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.